Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
And for all you LCameraTV fans out there, I'm doing my very first giveaway. Stay to the end of the video and you'll find out the details of the giveaway and how you can win. Stay tuned, man. It's really dope gifts. Check it out, man. Stay to the end of the video and you'll find out how to win. Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, I've been doing a roster breakdown for a little while now, and I'm finally on the linebackers. There's not gonna be there's gonna be some switching or influx, whatever. A little bit of switcheroo, but there's certainly a position or a position out the linebackers that really doesn't have much change. So I definitely want to get into that. I'm gonna tell you who I think is coming up the ranks, who I think will be cut, and who I think, we're gonna keep on the roster. So let's get started. So the first group I'm starting off with in the linebackers is the group with the least amount of change, and that is the middle linebacker group. It's good to be Luke Kuechly because your job is nowhere near in jeopardy, all right? So obviously Luke Kuechly is the #1 on the depth chart. He's going to be the one that's starting. He's been our middle linebacker for a few years now. He is one of the best middle linebackers in the league. You can argue. I think he's the best. But let's say, he's at least in the top 2 or 3, whatever. You got Bobby Wagner, you got Luke Kuechly. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So, he's definitely a baller. I'm pretty sure, only problem, he's been having recently is concussions. But since that collar thing that he put on his neck, whatever, that, kind of circulates the blood in his brain or whatever, so you don't get concussions as much, he's been just as good as he usually is. So I think Luke Kuechly is going to be the #1 on the depth chart. #2 is going to be David Mayo. Now David Mayo has been the backup since AJ Klein has left, and David Mayo, he runs it pretty well, man. I think he's the one who understands. He understands the playbook the most out of the newcomers or whatever, and well, other than the newcomers, and I think he's gonna hold his second on the depth chart spot. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think David Mayo is a pretty good guy. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's like another version of AJ Klein. AJ Klein, I would say, was a tad bit better, but he wasn't good enough for us to pay him big bucks as a second string. So David Mayo's gonna hold down his spot, and then rounding out will be Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs, like I said, has a little bit more experience. I think he'll be available. Now, mind you, is he gonna see much playing time? Most likely not. He's probably gonna be a special teamer like most of these guys are. But I think he'd be the best suitor for the third string middle linebacker spot, slot, whatever. But I think we'll probably keep maybe two linebackers in every group, so that would be like 6 linebackers. Maybe we can go up to 8, but I'm thinking 6 linebackers in total, which is 2 linebackers for every group. Is probably the most we're gonna keep because that's a lot of linebackers, man. 9 linebackers is a lot, you know what I'm saying? So but I think Ben Jacobs is gonna keep his job. I think he'll be a special teams guy like he usually is. So that's the middle linebacker group, and like I said, there's not much change in that because it's good to be the king. And Luke Kuechly, you're at the top, and nobody's taking his spot, so he don't gotta worry about nothing. And that's the middle linebacker group. The next group I'm going after, obviously, is the right outside linebacker, and that consists of Shaq Thompson, obviously, first-round draft pick, good player. His only issue, what he had before, was that he didn't get as much playing time because Thomas Davis was balling so hard. So we run 4-3, but there's a lot of 2 linebacker sets we do because we have a cornerback, a nickel cornerback or a slot cornerback on the field. So he kind of his playing time wasn't that great until like last year where he got a bump in playing time, and they also said this year he's probably gonna get even a bigger bump because Thomas Davis is about to retire. He's getting older, and basically they're like, okay, you're almost out the door, so it's time to give him some more PT, which I'm okay with, man. I feel like Thomas Davis was a baller or is a baller, but like I say, he's getting older in age. His time is coming, and Shaq Thompson is the future. So I'm not mad at them, kind of cutting Thomas Davis's reps to give Shaq Thompson more. I think Shaq Thompson's a good player. The only thing I wish he was better at is like intercepting the ball. Like I feel like Luke Kuechly is a way better pass defender, and Shaq Thompson played safety in college a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I would think he'll be a better ball hawk, but he's not. Luke Kuechly, I think, is way better, at reading plays and intercepting the ball. That's kind of upsetting, obviously, because Thomas Davis also was very good at picking the ball off. So, hopefully he can work on that part of his game. He's a good tackler. He's pretty fast. all that stuff. But intercepting the ball, I think, is his biggest need. That's the biggest area where he needs to work on. So hopefully he can get that right. But after him, it's a toss-up, man, because I got it to being Jared Norris and Andre Smith. Now, Andre Smith we drafted in the 7th round, but 7th rounders are not like, obviously we really care about our draft picks, but a 7th rounder, I wouldn't be surprised if he can go on a practice squad or not. So him and Jared Norris are going to duke it out. I think Jared Norris is going to take the mantle because of the experience and because he knows the playbook a little bit better and stuff like that. Whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if Andre Smith, is on the practice squad for a little bit, whatever. But I think Andre Smith's a good player, man. I just think I tend to lead, in these situations, I tend to lead towards experience because, Jared Norris is not like old. He's not really old or whatever, but he does have a little bit more experience, and he's gonna pick up the playbook. He already picked up the playbook, whatever, and understood a lot of things more on the playbook side, which Andre Smith has to learn. So he already has an advantage in that situation, unless it's like a really high draft pick or somebody I think will just pick it up really quickly. In most cases, they have the learning curve, so I tend to lean that way. So I think Jared Norris is going to be number 2 on the depth chart. I think Andre Smith might be number 3. And like I said, man, I'm thinking at most they keep is 8. You know what I'm saying? But it's doubtful. So most likely they keep 6. And I think Andre Smith is going to be, he might lose his position. We'll see how that goes. Because, like I said, man, keeping 8, 9 linebackers on your roster is kind of pushing it. I don't think they want to go that far. So I definitely think, Andre Smith might be on the practice squad just to get better and learn the playbook and stuff like that. So I think Jared Norris is going to take the 2nd on the depth chart spot. I think Andre Smith is going to be the, the 3rd on the depth chart until training camp, until roster cuts. And he'll probably get, released into the practice squad or cut into the practice squad. And if an injury happens, they probably call him up. So that's Andre Smith's situation right now. I think Jared Norris wins that situation. And, I feel for Andre Smith, but, let's be honest, man. You got to kind of lean with the people with experience because even though they might not be as physically gifted as you are, the smarter player tends to win out. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jared Norris, a little bit more acclimated to the playbook, knows where he's supposed to be at, and Andre Smith has learned that, so he has that edge. And for now, he beats him out, and I think Andre Smith goes to the practice squad. So that's how I feel about the right outside linebacker situation. Shaq Thompson is good at his position. He's not going anywhere. He's solidified. Jared Norris and Andre Smith are going to battle it out, and I think Jared Norris is going to take this number 2 spot because of experience and his knowledge. And I think Andre Smith will be a good player, but then he'll get cut, and go to the practice squad or move to the practice squad or whatever. So that's how I see that falling out. And last but definitely not least, the left outside linebacker position. Now this position is not in flux, but I think it's going to be a quick turnaround. And the reason why I say that is because Thomas Davis, he's going to be starting, left outside linebacker. He's solidified in that situation. But this is like his last year. Or he hinted at maybe coming back because of the suspension thing. But we'll see how that plays out. I don't know if he's going to come back as a Panther. I know the Panthers want him to retire as a Panther, but we'll see how that situation plays out. But most likely this is going to be his last year. So Thomas Davis is going to be a starter. But what I wouldn't be surprised them doing, because I think he's going to be number 1 on the depth chart, he's going to be fine. But number 2 on the depth chart is going to be Pee Wee Carter or Jermaine Carter Jr., whatever. The one that came from Maryland. He was a teammate of DJ Moore. I think even though he played more middle linebacker in college, I think they would want him in left outside linebacker. He's 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? He's not, I think Thomas Davis is 6'1". They're basically around the same height. You know what I'm saying? I think Thomas Davis is a little bit bigger. But, with training, obviously he's going to gain like, I think Thomas Davis have him about 10 pounds or something like that. With training, he's going to get that size. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised by that. But I think he will be a good complement, to come up the ranks under Thomas Davis. You know what I'm saying? So I think instead of putting him in middle linebacker with Luke Kuechly, they're going to put him at left outside linebacker, have him train under, Thomas Davis, and get him to be, basically the left outside linebacker for a while. Unless they draft another linebacker, which don't put it past them. They can definitely draft another linebacker in the 1st round or 2nd round, whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have him ride out for a while and see how he does, especially in preseason and the regular season, to see how he plays. Because, like I said, we do a lot of 4-3, but, we also do a lot of 2 linebacker sets. So the left outside linebacker wouldn't be playing that much anyways. So Thomas Davis is going to be number 1 at the top. But, Jermaine Carter, he's gonna get some playing time, but not a lot, man, because with the two linebacker sets, Shaq Thompson and Luke Kuechly will be on the field. Thomas Davis is gonna be on the field in most cases, but so Jermaine gonna have to get it where he can get it. You feel me? But I think he's gonna rise to the ranks. I think he's gonna be maybe that staple for the left outside linebacker. Unless they draft another linebacker, which they could do, but we'll see. It depends on how well he plays, how well PB plays. So I think he's going to be number 2 on the depth chart. I don't think they're going to have a middle linebacker. I think they're going to have him at left outside linebacker because I think it's a better situation. It's a better fit. You know what I'm saying? Middle linebacker, I think David Mayo does well. I think left outside linebacker will be a good for him, fit for Pee Wee Carter, so he can kind of learn under Thomas Davis and maybe take over that spot in the future. So we'll see how that plays out. And then third on the depth chart is Chris Fry. Now, mind you, Chris Fry, like I said, I think he's gonna get cut. I mean, I think he's a roster spot. I think I think the only real battle in the second and third is Andre Smith and Jared Norris, whereas Chris Fry, I think he's just gonna get cut. I think he's just a roster spot. So I'm looking at the depth chart as Thomas Davis, Jermaine Carter on the left side, middle linebacker Luke Kuechly, David Mayo, Ben Jacobs, right linebacker Shaq Thompson and Jared Norris, and Andre Smith goes to the practice squad. So that's how I see it playing out. Maybe they put Chris Fry in the practice squad, but I don't see him. He's the least likely to stay on the roster. I think Andre Smith actually has a shooting chance or like an opportunity, but I don't see Chris Fry really having an opportunity like that. So that's how I think the linebacker core is going to shake out. I think we're going to have a very dominant linebacker core like we always do. So I'm really happy about that. And you know what I'm saying, like, I think this is the least worried about position. You know what I'm saying? That and maybe quarterback in that situation. So this situation, we don't really have much to worry about, man, because we got 3 dominant linebackers, and I think they're going to be dominant for a while. Even if either Thomas Davis retires, I think Shaq Thompson could carry the mantle. All I just need him to pick the ball off better. You know what I'm saying? Get more interceptions would be nice. But I think he's a good player, man. So our linebacker situation is okay. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about my linebacker depth chart. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Pee Wee Carter is going to be a middle linebacker, left outside linebacker? Let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? How it's going to break down in your opinion. Also, let me know who you think is most likely to be released or cut, whatever. And the cut downs. Put that in the comment section. I really want to hear your opinion. Also, merchandise, LCameraTV shirts. That's the link is in the description below. Check that out. The Patreon page. That link is in the description below. Check out my dog on Steam's page. You know what I'm saying? His video is gonna be in the end screen. Funny guy, cool dude. Check his stuff out. Hilarious, music, talented, everything, all of the above, man. Check him out. Also, shares where you share all cool things. Your Panther family, friends, NFL fans, all that, man. And now for what you guys, I know you've been waiting for, the giveaway. This is what I want you guys to do, all right? I'm gonna be giving away some stuff, whatever. It's a special, Panther thing, whatever, and LCameraTV merchandise. I want you guys, the first person to give me the answer to this question on my Instagram, LCamera25, will be the one who wins the gift. So basically, the question is, who was the tight end in the 1994 season, the original 88? Put that in the comment section or tag me. Tag at LCamera25 and Instagram, whatever, so I can know you did it. The first person I get, whatever, that's the person who's gonna win. I'm gonna shout you out in my next video, and I'll send you your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So put that in there. You get to choose one LCameraTV merchandise, whatever, whether it's a shirt, hat, whatever, mug, whatever you want, and also a special Panther gift. So put that in the comment section or tag me on it, at me at it on Instagram, and I can't wait. I want to see who wins. You will get shout out in my next video. It's definitely a fun thing to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for the support. Share this, man. Share this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see you guys. Turn on your notifications too. See y'all next time.